I felt like I was putting on this act for so long because when I was doing Pretty Girl and all that stuff, like it was so bubblegum and that has never been me. So that was really, really weird to me. I don't know. I just literally was like so over like being this fake person that I was like, I'm just gonna like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like me being like, like I'm gonna do, it just was like, I'm just so over this. I'm just gonna do this.
It's Sofia Franklin. You are listening to Sofia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sofia with an F. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm recording from WTF Media Studios in Los Angeles, and I am with Maggie Lindemann. I don't even need to give you an intro because, like, you're such an icon.
Oh, thank you.
Music artist, huge on all social media platforms, beautiful, very talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you recently, I guess it wasn't recently, but you went on tour and it ended last summer. Do you get nervous going on stage?
I think sometimes I get more nervous. It's like the first couple of shows, I'm usually really nervous because I have to like feel it out. But then usually it gets like way easier.
Yeah. It's like repetition and then you'll feel more calm. Do you ever like smoke weed or drink or take propranolol?
No. Oh my God. If I smoked weed, I would literally like freak out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I drink, but I think the only thing with drinking is like, it like doesn't sit well in my, I don't like to eat or drink. I don't like to do anything before a show because like it doesn't, I think my nerves like don't let anything like digest right. So like everything is just sitting in my stomach. So I don't like to really do anything before a show, but like occasionally I'll drink.
Right. Also, the thing with drinking is like when I first started podcasting, which is so much less pressure, like I'm not doing it in front of a live audience, but I would feel the need to drink every single time before. And in my head, I would think, oh my God, you're performing so much better. You were way funnier.
Yeah.
It's like not true.
Well, I feel like for podcasting, you have to be so like outgoing when you're talking to someone. So I guess that makes sense because if I drink, I'm like way more outgoing.
Right.
But like being on stage is different because I'm not talking like directly to one person. I'm talking to like a bunch of people. And for some reason in my brain, that's like way easier.
Wow.
So I don't know.
No, I kind of get it though. You're talking to like a group of people. Also, you're not necessarily on the spot, right? Like you know the lyrics, you know what you're gonna sing. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be going on tour this year, if not next. And I don't know how I'm gonna like handle it. I'm being nervous as shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink. I don't give a shit. I mean, yeah. I just said.
I feel you. I would drink. I mean, I drink when I have like people with me or something. But if I'm just like by myself, I'm not going to be in the back just like drinking. But you have to talk. I don't know. It's different. I understand that.
I think I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
even though my New Year's resolution was to not drink.
Oh, really?
For dry January.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. That's Wait, not drink at all?
Did you have any resolutions?
Just like the normal ones, like workout. Yeah, I have some. Just like I want to learn how to cook or like bake. I'm really into baking right now. So I really want to like learn how to bake.
What's your favorite thing to bake?
I haven't baked anything yet, but I'm really
You're like, but I love it.
I'm really into it. Like when I see TikToks, I like save them. So that's like I want to actually try. But there's this one cinnamon roll thing that I really want to try.
Okay. Wait, what's special about the cinnamon roll? I'm the type of person where I want to know details about what you ate. Okay. Like I want to know every single thing about it.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything like really specific about the cinnamon roll, but it's just like a cinnamon roll and then they put like strawberries and stuff in it. Okay. And I don't know, that just looked really good to me. But there's more. I really want to learn how to make those like fluffy pancakes.
The ones that are like so tall.
Yeah, I really want to learn how to make those because every time I see a video of one, I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to that restaurant. And I'm like, I should just make it.
You should just make it. I wonder if they're hard to make, but I live in New York and a 5-minute walk from my apartment. They're famous for those pancakes.
Have you had them?
They're so good. Golden Diner. It's like they're known for it. So next time you're in New York, hit me up. And I'll take you to Golden Diner for the fucking pancakes.
Some fluffy pancakes.
Yeah. So your album, Suckerpunch, you said that it took you 7 years to put out due to feeling constantly disappointed in the work. And that really resonated with me. I feel like I'm such a perfectionist that it's debilitating, right? And I just wanted to hear from your perspective a little bit more about that. Like when you say disappointed in the work, do you think it was perfectionism or do you think it was you just being way too hard on yourself?
Okay, so when I first started making music, I made like really pop music and I just hated it. But I did it because I felt like that's what I needed to do. And like I had signed to a big label really young and like that's kind of what they were pushing. So for a while, it was like I was working on an EP and then it would get close to being done and then I would be like, I hate this. Like I don't want to put this out. So then it would get scrapped and then that would just like keep happening. So then I got out of that label situation and then I was just like working on music for a really long time and I just was trying to find my sound. So I think it's like a mixture of being hard on myself, but also just like, I just didn't like what I was doing at first. And I needed to like find myself and like figure out what I wanted to do. So it was just that like, yeah, I just hated it overall.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. So how long from the time you started making music, how long did it take for you to really feel like this is right? This feels right to me.
I started in like 2014, 2015. I think it was like 2019 that I started, 2020 that I started.
Okay, got it. It's like 5-ish years.
Yeah.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And was the label, were they super pushy about it being pop?
Yeah. Because when I first signed, I was 17. Or when I first started making music, I was 16. So I have like a very young look, especially then. Like when I was young, I looked very young. And I think I looked very marketable to that audience. Just like very pop, very like bubblegum. So that's like what they were really pushing. So when I first started, I was like, I want to make kind of like Billie Eilish's music, like alternative, like pop. And they were like, no.
They're like
that's not gonna happen. I just didn't have like, I guess that also Billie Eilish didn't exist yet in like the music world. So it was like no one was talking about that yet. Like she really brought that and like, made that a thing. So it was like before that people were like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Did she like influence you in any way? No, like that was always there for you, right? Like that grungy alternative thing.
Yeah.
But people hadn't really seen it before.
I think just how I presented myself and like my music taste just seemed very different. So when I was like, oh, I like this type of music, it didn't show in like the way I looked.
Yeah.
So then I think like the shift for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm going to start dressing like a certain way. I'm going to start dressing the way I like want to and stuff. So that was kind of like, I think the pivot. But I mean, Billie Eilish does, like, even, like, now she influences me so much. I think she's so sick. And, like, her music and stuff, everything about her, she's, like, so cool.
She's incredible. But that is such an interesting thing to think about is looking a certain way. Like, that, like, you kind of have to dress a certain way and have a certain look to be able to have people, I guess, put you in that box, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't, which is crazy. Like I feel like men don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if a dude is wearing a suit and then he wants to perform and do like screamo rock band music, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But with a girl, it's like, that look doesn't mesh well with the other one.
Yeah, it's like you wear a Slipknot shirt and they're like, oh, name 3 songs. And you're like, okay.
I
like
hate when fucking dudes do that. I'm like, I think Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, there you go. And then they're pissed that you said Stairway to Heaven. They're like, well, yeah, everyone knows that song.
Yeah, people are never satisfied.
No. So when you would make a song with like your old label and then you would scratch it because you didn't love it, were they just constantly on your ass like, hi, we need an album. What are you doing?
Yeah. It was like, well, it was kind of weird because like, so when I put out Pretty Girl, so I had Pretty Girl before I got signed. That's the song that like got me signed. So when I got signed, I put out Pretty Girl, and then it's like, I feel like normally you put out a song, it gets really big, and like there's that demand. Like you're like, okay, we need the next song, but it felt almost like there wasn't that. Like they wanted to ride the wave of Pretty Girl for so long that by the time it started dying down, it was like, okay, now let's put out the next thing. And that was like really hard for me. Now looking back, like now that I've been in the music industry longer, like I'm like, damn, I wish I would have put out that next song way sooner. So then I put out Obsessed. And then after that, it was like, okay, now we need this, now we need this, now we need this. And it was like, I don't know, that was like really confusing to me because it was like, I don't know, I was just like, we just missed a huge opportunity.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like when you're dealing with a record label, it's similar to having an agent or a manager. And at the end of the day, they care about their client, aka you or me, but they want to make their money.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of hard. I feel like in this business, you have to trust them wholeheartedly because they're repping you. But at the same time, I know in my brain, well, they're trying to make money quick and a lot of it, you know? So I don't know if that was necessarily the reason, but I get what you're saying. Like you should have capitalized on the moment.
Yeah.
But then the second you released the other album, you were like good to go.
So I released everything, like my EP and my album after already getting out of that deal. So like after that, I was just so like, I just feel like that was just so, it was just done wrong. And so that really like rubbed me wrong and like kind of just hurt me, but also kind of hurt my career, I felt like in the moment. So I was like, I need to just get out of this. Like, I don't like the music I'm making. Like, it's just not.
Good for you.
It's just not the vibe. Like, I just got to get out.
I love that. So then this next album that took you 7 years, Suckerpunch. The Constantly Disappointed, do you think your experience with the first label had anything to do with you putting out the Suckerpunch album?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just like being in a shitty situation for a couple years and then getting out, it's like I definitely had some like anger, but I also felt just like I needed to prove myself a little bit because coming out of that, like I was doing pop and then coming out of that, I was like, just had that need to like prove myself. Yeah. So I wish it didn't happen, but like I'm grateful for it because I think it definitely shaped like the album.
Yeah. Life's funny that way.
Yeah.
It's like this shit was extremely fucking traumatic and I don't know if I'll ever fully heal, but it made me who I am and there's a lot of pros that came out of it.
Yeah.
And I love that you can see that. You're like very wise for beyond your years.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I was watching this interview that you did and we kind of touched on this, but you talked about your aesthetic kind of like being manufactured and then the idea of reinventing yourself and like this new era for yourself, which we just spoke about. How did you do it though? Like, how did you reinvent and how did you like really come into your own?
It was actually really fast. Like, so in 2017 to 2018, that's when like literally the new year going into 2018, that's when I was like, I'm changing everything. Like, I want to change literally everything. So I presented myself super different before 2018. And then when 2018 hit, that's when I was just like, fuck it, and went hard. Like, I was wearing like, I just like fully went into it. And it's stuff that like I always wanted to wear and do. Cause like when I was younger, 12, 13, 14, I had like my little emo phase, whatever. But like now looking back on the pictures, I'm like, girl, like it didn't show, but like I was trying, right? Like I was like cutting my hair, like trying to
Hot Topic.
I was trying.
Foundation on the lips and the bangs.
Like it was bad. And like I was trying, but it just wasn't translating well. So once I got older and I have my own money now, I can buy my own clothes, I can do this, like I just went hard. So I was like, Hot Topic, like big demonia boots, chains, like tutus, like I was going hard. And so I just fully went into that and had my little like emo phase and did that. And like randomly people just loved it. Like I really got a way better reaction than I thought I was going to. Like I really thought more people would be like, what? But it seemed like people really liked it. And that was like me going hard. And then now I feel like I've really come into my style and like myself. But yeah, I just was like, and I'm just going to like literally dress and do what I wanted to do when I was younger. Like I'm just going to be that person that I wanted to be when I was like 14.
That's so crazy. Well, I feel like people maybe reacted to it that way because you're being authentic, right? And like true to you. That might be part of it. I'm assuming so. But that's just so cool because you're so young and you were like, I don't care what everyone else is doing or like what these people are telling me to do. Like, I'm going to do my own thing. Where did you get the balls to be like that? How do I do that?
I don't know. I really think I was just so like
a badass. I'll say it for you. A badass.
I don't know. I just was like, this is how I want to be. Like, I felt like I was putting on this act for so long because when I was doing Pretty Girl and all that stuff, like it was so bubblegum. And that has never been me. Like back to, if you look at like pictures of me from my childhood, like I've never been bubblegum. I've never been like all this stuff.
Right.
So that was really, really weird to me to have to like do that. So it honestly, like, even though I was doing the most when I transitioned to wearing like this stuff, then I just like went full out. That was like me. That's like who I really wanted to be. So I don't know. I just literally was like so over like being this fake person that I was like, I'm just gonna like, whatever. Yeah. Like it didn't feel like me being like, like I'm gonna do. It just was like, I'm just so over this. I'm just gonna do this.
I have some hard-hitting news that recently rocked my world, Sloots. Did you know that 1 in 2 women will experience hair thinning? So it's either me or you. Or if it's 4 of us in a room, it may be both of us. And that ain't girl math, that's just math, and we are in this together. But there's no need to panic. There really isn't, because hair thinning is actually very normal. It's a part of life, just nobody talks about it. But you know I will, normalizing all things taboo since 1992. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Of course, everyone's root causes of hair thinning are different. So there's no one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth, just like there's no one-size-fits-all dude. That's just life. Nutrafol has multiple formulas that are tailored to give your hair what it needs to grow throughout different stages, such as postpartum, menopause, or just plain old stress from daily life. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure their efficacy. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol women's hair growth supplements for 6 months. Now do you see why I love Nutrafol? Take their hair wellness quiz on Nutrafol.com for a personalized hair health plan based on your specific root causes. No pun intended. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Sofia. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hairstylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Sofia. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Sofia.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's like the Britney Spears song Overprotected, but not really. But I don't know why I'm making that reference, but it did come to my mind. It's like they tried so hard to put you in this thing, and then you kind of put yourself in the thing too, and it wasn't true to you, but you did it for so long.
Yeah, like the poser because when I first started like wearing all this other stuff, like people were like, oh my God, she's a poser. And I'm like, actually, like I was a poser when I was this person, like pretty girl me was a poser. Like I was trying to fit in that so hard. And then like when I finally started wearing what I wanted, it was like, it felt like probably a lot at the time because it was just such a big difference. But I was like, no, like this is me, I promise.
I think that's fucking dope and badass and really cool to be just that confident and that sure of yourself, especially at your age, you know?
Yeah.
How do you deal with people being assholes online?
I don't like...
Does it not even really get to you?
It's weird because it's like certain stuff gets to me. Not everything, but like... Lately, something that's been really getting to me, people have been commenting like, oh my God, she got so much work done. Like, oh my God, like her face. And that kind of stuff bothers me only because like when something I know is just not, because I haven't, I just gained weight. And like when I gain weight, it goes in my face and like my cheeks get big and like I get more like that swollen looking face. So I'm like, guys, no, I promise I just gained weight. Like randomly that has been bothering me because I'm like, damn, like I didn't even get anything.
Well, and you're, literally.
Should I just do it? Like,
actually.
Yeah. But stuff like that will randomly get to me. Comments on my appearance like usually get to me.
Yeah.
But stuff like comments about my music, the only time music comments get to me is when it's like, if I put out a song and like at 1 minute, there's a part that I didn't like, but I'm like, it's fine. Like it's not, no one's going to notice. But then someone comments and they're like, oh my God,
I hate
that part sucks.
shit.
That's when I'm like, oh my God, I fucking knew it. Like I should have taken that out.
That is the worst thing. I mean, I'm sure there's like a Reddit page on you. I can't look at my Reddit.
I can't look at Reddit.
I can't. I did randomly find myself on it like last week, but I swear to God, I really don't look at it. But someone made a post talking about how I did this interview and I was like, they said something about me using filler words and I wanted to crawl into a ball and die because I kind of knew it during that interview. And I was like, okay, but we're really going to like call me out on it and make a post about it.
Yeah.
I feel like when people talk about the way I look, I think I have such thick skin for that in particular because I used to work at Barstool where the fan base is literally ripping apart how you look all day long. But yeah, I feel that. Oh, wait, there was something else you said in the interview. Oh, you were talking about how you hate posting.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it so much. I was just at dinner last night with my manager and he was like, that's fine that you hate it, but it's quite literally your job.
Yeah.
And I just felt really good when I heard you say that you hate it too. But did you always hate it?
No, I think I definitely used to like it more. I just think Instagram now is so different than it was. Like everything is so like picture perfect. And then like if you don't get a certain amount of likes, you feel bad about yourself. Like if like I get one comment, I feel bad about myself. Like it's just like I analyze everything so much more than I used to. Like I used to be able to make a post and like I would be good. Now if I make a post and like the other day I literally deleted a whole post because I had one comment and I was like, but it was one of those comments that just like hit
me.
The
like, plastic surgery shit?
It was someone said, they were like, oh my God, Maggie's beautiful, but she's starting to look
too much work done.
She's starting to look I don't know what they said. It was like it was really mean. And I was like, they were like, but she's beautiful, but she looks horrible, basically. And I was like,
that shit.
Oh my God. And I was wearing a lot of makeup. So then I'll like analyze and I'm like, well, maybe they're right. I was wearing a lot of makeup in this picture. But I'm like, but I literally deleted the whole post.
The entire post. Off of the one comment.
Yeah.
Did you like go and DM that person? Did you block them?
No, so I don't go that far. Okay. Like sometimes I'll comment back. Like I used to never do this. I'm like, I need to stop doing this. I've been doing it recently. But I literally commented back and I was like, I'm just wearing a lot of makeup. And then I was like, what am I doing? Like, let me just delete the whole post. So
I think one of the rudest things someone ever said to me, but it was so funny that I couldn't be mad at it. Someone was like, girl, you need to stop overlining your lips that much. It looks like you have a mustache.
I literally get that comment all the time.
Oh my God,
I literally overline so much. And I don't know if usually you can't tell in like pictures and
right
stuff.
Now it looks perfect.
But thank you.
And I can tell you haven't had anything done.
Thanks.
By the way.
I just got Botox recently, but I just get Botox. Okay. But
Botox doesn't count. Botox doesn't count.
I'm freezing up. But but yeah, no, I overline my lips really bad. And someone commented the same thing. It was brown liner and they're like, oh my God, it looks like she has a mustache. And I'm like, guys, it's just brown liner.
Right. But it's like, if it's funny, I'm gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
Then kind of own it.
Yeah.
But I do hate the backhanded, like, you are so gorgeous, tears you down, like the way you look. And then, but she's beautiful though.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what are you actually saying?
Yeah.
So you are in a relationship with a jazz player. The Utah Jazz, by the way, is my favorite basketball team because I'm from Utah. How is that relationship going? How long have you guys been dating?
Good. Like a year and little more than a year and a half.
Okay. I like that. I like that you're not the bitch that's like a year and 27 days and 12 minutes.
No, I could be. No, I'm not.
Okay. Jordan Clarkson. And did you decide to be public about it? Like, was there like a conversation with him?
No, I've never been one thing about me, if I'm in a relationship, like I'm not the type of person that's like, I'm not going to post my relationship. Like I love my relationship. Like I want people to.
I'm not that bitch.
Really?
But because of my past, which I'll explain. But I love that you're like that. I want to be like that.
Yeah, we never had like a conversation or anything. It was like, oh, I don't know if he's going to want to like be public with me. But even before we were like official, we were like out and doing things and like.
People were posting about
and it was like, okay, cool. So it just
happened like organically. It wasn't like, okay, are we gonna post each other?
Yeah,
it was not that
it was never that conversation. No.
How did you guys meet? And how do I meet a basketball player?
So I had met him it was my friend's birthday and he was there. We didn't talk or anything. I had just seen him and I was like, and then I just followed him on Instagram the next day and he like immediately followed me back and then we went on a date that day. And
who DM'd who?
He DM'd me.
Okay, so I should just go and follow every single...
Okay, listen, I was really, really surprised because also like, not like putting myself down or anything, but like I'm I'm a rock artist and like, I just was like, oh.
That would never...
I was just like, that's never gonna happen. I just followed him because I thought he was hot.
Right.
Like, I didn't think that was like actually gonna happen. So I was very
You were very excited.
Yeah.
What was his DM to you? Hey babe, can I take you out?
No, I don't even remember. It was something like a heart or something. But then he gave me his number pretty immediately and I was like, oh my God. So that's kind of the moment I was like, oh my God.
This is meant to be.
Yeah.
Like we are meant to be.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. And how old is he?
He's 31.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's how old I am. That means I need to date a 51-year-old. I'm not joking. I mean, kind of. I can go like 41.
Ooh.
I could do the 41.
The thing with like
I have daddy issues. I have daddy issues. That's why you don't need to take what I say seriously at all.
Okay.
What is it like being with another famous person? I've never dated someone who had a platform whatsoever.
Yeah.
Is it just the same?
Yeah. I mean, we like do normal things. And I think the only like big difference is just like when you go out.
Yeah.
People stopping you and stuff. But like.
Do you like that attention?
I don't really mind it or anything. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to see like him succeed. So I like staying in that. But yeah, it honestly doesn't really like
change anything.
Yeah.
The dynamic or anything.
Yeah, no.
When you guys like go to dinner, let's say, do you like, because you know that people in the restaurant obviously know who you guys are you more careful about like PDA or grabbing his dick under the table or like whatever?
No, I'm not. Well, we're not really like
super affectionate in public.
Yeah, I mean like kind of like we'll be like, I always make this joke, you know that do you know that Vine? It's like so old, but it's that couple and they're like in Starbucks or something and they're like head to head and someone's recording them and they're like, stop it. And they're like head to head. I always make this joke. I'm like, that's us. Because we don't be like, like we'll be like next to each other and I'm always making the joke. I'm like, that's us. But no, I mean like just like normal. But I mean, I guess like I watch what I say. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, that fucking bitch.
Right,
like, stuff like that.
You're not going to like call him out on some shit.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to like
dinner.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, we'll talk about this when you get home.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. What about just hearing like, because he's a public figure, do you have like a bunch of bitches that go into your DM saying, oh, well, I used to date him or I hooked up with him one time or I did this? Because that happened to me.
Oh, okay.
When I started this guy wasn't even famous, but when I started posting him publicly.
Ooh, actually, I have not. And I hope this doesn't make anyone do that to me. Because honestly, please just don't. I'm not strong enough. I have never gotten a DM that has said anything mean or anything like.
Okay, so I was just dating a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I hear stories. I hear stories all the time. Like a hey girly DM or just even a DM like, oh my God, you like
he could do so much better.
Yeah, like I don't get any of those DMs. I feel like everyone's pretty nice. Yeah.
So you live kind of part-time here, part-time in Utah.
Yeah.
I just find it so interesting, like being with someone else who their career takes up so much of their time.
Mm.
How do you guys like balance it? Like how often do you see him, do you think? A month?
I actually see him like very, very often. I'm literally going there later. So
oh my God, I'll be at the airport too.
That's like one thing that's really difficult because he has a career that like literally he can't leave.
Yes.
So like during season, he like cannot come visit me at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then like during summer, like last summer, he went on tour with me, which was really cool.
Oh, damn.
So he does stuff like that. Like during summer, that's like his time.
That's really cute. But if he gets drafted to another team, like in New York, then you would have to like really.
That would be, it would definitely be different. Like I want to be able to see him as much. Because right now it's so easy. Like
it is easy.
Even if I have something the next morning, I can literally fly in like the morning because I'm getting an hour back also. So it's like, it's just so easy. But
it is. Like the flight from New York to LAX and then the whole situation at LAX.
Yeah, LAX sucks.
Are they gonna fix it? Because what the fuck? It's like the craziest
whole, like,
airport. You get on the shuttle that stops every 2 seconds to make its way all the way around.
It's horrible. It's gotten to the point I literally like will not get on that shuttle to go to the Uber station, and I'll just like get an Uber, and it's like. But now it used to be like Ubers would be expensive, but now there was one time I got off the plane. It was really late, and I tried to get an Uber, and it was like $300. And I was like, "Are you serious? Like that's more than my flight was."
That it ends up being because I will pay extra money to fly into Burbank.
Yeah.
Because the Uber is like $40 from there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to save yourself like an hour.
Yeah, it's just so much. I hate LAX. Yeah, that will be one. But I also hate the airport in New York. So
really? Like JFK?
It's just so far from like everything.
That's very true. Every time I go to the airport, it's like, okay, it could take anywhere between 30 minutes to 2.5 hours.
That's like, I don't know. I just don't know about that.
I don't like that either. But I'm going to say LAX is worse. But I love LA. I'm moving here and I love everything about it. And I take back everything I just said. Were you on any dating apps?
I was on Raya like when Raya started. But other than that, no, I don't know.
Did you ever find a guy you like? Because when I was having dinner last night, I was told by someone, cough, cough, my manager, like, you should get on dating apps. Make your Instagram profile private and put your Instagram handle in there, and then people will go follow you. It's like, wait.
No, I don't know. I don't like dating apps. I feel like Instagram in itself is a dating app at this point. Like you can literally like DM someone and like they will respond.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's true. I can't. Well, I was kicked off Raya, even though I really want to get back on.
Why were you kicked off?
I think for a few reasons, but the main one was...
Are you screenshotting?
No, actually. Okay. I recorded an episode with my best friend, John. And we said, if you go and subscribe to Sofia the Neff and send us like a screenshot of it, we will give you like our friend pass to use on Raya. Okay. And they didn't like that at all. And I've also like, I think I maybe mentioned like 1 or 2 guys I've seen on there, which they hate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want them to take me back. Although I've heard Raya is just not the same.
I think like everyone's just, I'll literally be on TikTok and I'll see something of like someone talking about Raya.
That's what I'm saying.
I really think Instagram just...
Okay, so that means I need to fucking post more.
But you gotta like, do you slide into people's DMs?
Hell no.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start today, right now.
New Year's resolution.
Yes. I'm going to hit 5 guys' inbox a day.
May the best man win.
Yes. Whoever responds the fastest wins. Okay, Maggie, you are gorgeous, brilliant. Your music is amazing. And you have something that's about to drop. So tell us about that.
So I have a song dropping tomorrow. It's called Hostage.
Ooh.
It has a music video. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's So I dropped like a song already with my friend Sick Brain, but this is like the first like single from the project that I'm dropping.
Dope.
So I'm really excited.
I'm really excited too.
Yeah.
And I will post the link once the song drops, which will be the day after this releases. Maggie, thank you so much for coming on. And Sloots, I love you so much. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.